Welcome back, everybody, for our executive overview of what we've recently termed Project Supercell. Project Supercell is an EDM solution for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. I'm your presenter, Nicholas Sherren, and today we're going to do the executive overview for Project Supercell. Our EDM plan overview is a simple 5-step plan. Our first step will be to assess the current EDM state. What is our current EDM solution? What is our current EDM program that's in place? And where can we improve? Our second area and second step is going to be to identify the business needs. So we're going to look at our organization, look at the organizations at the state and local level, and see what do they need. How can we build a data solution to assist those agencies and those organizations that provide that first line emergency management aid, and how can we help them improve and what do they need from us? We're then going to determine the necessary technologies based on our initial research and what we've been looking at. We've already discussed this prior that we believe this will be an SAP HANA solution, and that'll be the most helpful for us moving forward from a technology perspective as they offer that full range EDM and BI solution. Our longest step is going to be to build and execute our EDM roadmap. This is definitely going to take the longest period of time. We're shooting for a project timeline of 2 years, and this will be the bulk of that time. And then finally, refine, maintain, and improve. This is going to be an iterative step, so as we refine and maintain and improve, we may end up starting the whole process over again and looking at our current EDM state, identifying how we can improve again, what new technologies exist, and then building out again. But this is our very basic overview of our EDM solution and our EDM plan as we move forward with Project Supercell. Project Supercell's architecture, what we expect to find in our current state as we do that current state analysis and assessment, is an independent data mart architecture. We really expect to have all these data marts and databases at this very basic level being used by what are essentially departments in those state and local governments only by themselves, and if another government wants to use them, being able to do that, but being able only to pull that data from your peer's government, using it in your own little world, and not really sharing that analysis. At the end of our solution, we really would love to see a hub and spoke corporate information factory architecture, or CIF architecture. We feel this really is going to be the best solution from an enterprise level because it allows those source transactional databases, it allows the existence of the data marts that we will most likely never be able to get rid of at the state and local level, while still allowing to have an enterprise data warehouse, while still giving us that easy feed into our BI applications and everything. So this may be a more complicated solution as we move forward, but we feel this is going to be the best solution for FEMA and to allow our partnerships to stay strong with that state and local government level. From a timeline and staffing perspective, we really would like this project to take 24 months. That may be a tight fit depending on the scale of the project. It's going to be a quite massive scale, but we feel if we spend the right amount of budget and we push forward, we may be able to do this. 0 to 3 months, we're really looking to conduct that initial data assessment. We're going to bring on our program leader, our executive sponsors, our data SMEs, and our data engineers. 3 to 9 months in, we're really looking at that business requirement and tech identification. That's when we're going to bring on our project management team to start talking to those state and local government levels to begin that facilitation. They're going to be watching our milestones and watching each individual teams, bring on the consultant teams to find out where that business requirement is, and then bring on our data scientists as well to work with our data engineers as we continue to build out that EDM solution. Executing the roadmap, this may take more than the 9 months listed. We truly expect this to be the longest piece. So this may also begin at the 6-month period as we begin the very first stages of the EDM roadmap and building that EDM roadmap. We expect this to be our largest increase of talent from a data engineer, data scientist perspective, bringing on software developers. We're going to bring on our first line of business data leaders and analysts who can really start that ball rolling and making sure that the data we're using is sound for analysis, it's good, the governance is there, and building those out so that when we go down to that business line level, when we go down to that state and local government level and showing these individuals how to use the data that we're building out, we know it's good before we're giving it over to them. And then the last 6 months of that program, that's where we're going to go to these locations, and we're going to maintain and grow through education and through visiting and really working on imparting our knowledge. So that's when we're going to bring on trainers. We're going to bring on a large number of analysts. We're going to bring on that first line team who's going to be out in the field really helping these groups. We expect a lot of this human capital to be under contract. And then as we finish our program, as we finish the project and this implementation, we can reevaluate those contracts. Initial cost estimate is going to be $2 billion. We're looking at a very large amount of data that's going to be serviced by all 50 states in a very, very large enterprise across multiple, countless organizations even. So it's going to be a very large program, very large project. 2 years may not be enough time, but that's why we're going for that $2 billion price tag. So that way we can bring as much talent in as possible in order to get this executed within 2 years. But is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. So we're looking at enhanced response time for our individuals who are in the highest level of need facing disaster. We're looking at enhanced predictive impact maps. So when we're looking at meteorology and where storms are going and where disaster may strike, we can build predictive maps that show us where we are going to be needed the most and what resources needed there, whether it be emergency management through restoration of power, restoration of water, restoration through basic functions, whether it be medical. If it's we can really build out those maps to see what need and where that need is. And then of course reduced resource cost. So big function here will be reducing that resource cost at all levels of government, at FEMA, at the state level, at the local level. How can we help them spend their limited resources more effectively to help the greatest amount of people? That's Project Supercell as we look forward in bringing this into the next stage and bringing this home in implementation through our EDM program. Thank you. It's been a pleasure presenting over the past couple of weeks, and we look forward to seeing you at the end of the implementation and throughout this program.